Alright folks, once again it's your boy Jakari over here from Twisted Nightmare Gaming, and this time I'm here with my boy Jay, and he's coming with that spice this time around. What you got for us, boy?
Alright, so after the last ban list, I decided I'm not playing Pendulums anymore because I was playing the Endymion Magician variant, and it was just terrible after the Electromite got hit, so I was just like, nah, not doing this anymore.
Everybody said that, and then the motherfucker like Triff goes into a regional and says, yeah, and I'm on top with this shit, and I'm nerfing myself before the ban list.
He topped, he got what, top 8?
He came in fifth. Yeah, he came in fifth.
And he didn't run Electromite, and he ran what, the one servant? He did all that stuff, yeah. And I was like, alright, much respect to him, but I'm not going to try it because I'm not him. So I decided to go with the Mathmechs. So we're going to start out with 3 Sigma. You have to have the Sigma because it's just the extra special summon. You always want to have this in one of your opening hands, or you want to get the search off the Alan version if you don't. Because if you get the search off the Alan version, basically what you can do is you can just tribute it. You get a special summon for another Mathmech that you can use as material, and then you can use this as a synchro summon. So that's that one, and it can do. This is from Hand or Grave, where it can special summon itself. It's very handy. You can use it for multiple special summons, and if you use it for the Alan version, it doesn't banish itself. Next, we got 3 Addition. The Addition special summon itself when there's another monster on the field, so I can target one of my opponent's monsters so I can start playing, or I can do it off of one of my own monsters. I have another monster that I can use it for a quick combo with. I'll get to that later on in the deck, but it just adds 1,000, and also it's very good for ending games because with the double damage for the synchro monster, you can get it up to 7,000 and then just beat over some of your opponent's monsters and just go for game one turn. Next, we got 3 Subtraction, just like the Addition, but instead of adding 1,000, you subtract 1,000. So it's also great for targeting your opponent's monsters and going for a game. So if you have the Addition and the Subtraction, basically what you can do is you can get it up to 7,000 and subtract it, and you're just doing just immense damage in just one go. It's ridiculous. I didn't think about that. Once I started playing this game, once I started playing this deck, I was just like, wow, this has some ridiculous combos, and you don't even have to see all your combo pieces. Next, we got the other tuner in Nabla. This card is very good in the deck. There's a combo that I have with some of the Link monsters that I'm going to show you later. Basically, alright, later, bro. Basically, with the Link monsters that I run with Cyberse monsters, you can target them with the Nabla, and then you can pop the Nabla, or you can pop those cards and then just get an extra special summon from the deck. So I run 3 of those, and this is also great to special summon off the Alan version. Alright, so we're gonna go into the next card of the deck. Multiplication. Multiplication, I absolutely hate seeing this card in my opening hand, because when you see it in your opening hand, it just means crap, I'm gonna have, if you see this in your opening hand and you have no other extenders, you're just like, alright, so
sad face?
I just lose the game, right? Because I've actually bricked where I've just drawn into this, a couple spells and traps, and I've had to just hope to God that my draw for the 6th card, because I'm going second, is really good. But if you see this in your opening hand, it's kind of going to be a bad time. With this card, you want to always summon it off of the Alan version with the tribute. Basically, you summon this one, and then you can use it with the Sigma to get out the 12-star Synchro, because it doubles the level of any Cyberse monster on the field. What it also does is it doubles the attack of one of the monsters in your extra monster zone. So basically, when you summon this off the Alan version, if you have the Sigma in your hand from the Alan version search, it's Final Sigma. Just 2-card Final Sigma right there. So this is one of the ones that you really want to special summon, and it's pretty good once it gets to the grave, but you really don't want to see it in one of your opening hands. Next is Division. This is another thing that you don't want to see in your opening hand, because unless you have Balancer Lord, which is the next card I'm talking about. Basically, the only reason you want to see this card in your hand if you have Balancer Lord is because you can get the extra normal summon with Balancer Lord. So basically, you're going to go Balancer Lord, pay the 1,000, hope you don't get Ghost Ogred, but even if you do, you can get the extra normal summon off of that. Then you're going to want to go into a division, and then once division leaves the field, you can actually have one of the attacks of your opponent's monsters. So that's why it's so good. Another key thing about Balancer Lord is that when it's banished, you get an extra special summon, and I'm going to show you why that's good later on. So that's it for the Cybers lineup. Next, we're going to go into Nibiru, which is
the rock.
I think it's one of the dumbest cards ever to be printed. Just watch your opponent just start summoning monsters, and you're just like, oh yes, combo, keep comboing. All right, stop your combo. It's over. I didn't want you to go any further. And with Mathmechs, it's very, very good because you just get the token, and you can just beat over the token. And with most of the deck, you can just spam so easily to get out like the division, where you can have the token, and then you can get the multiplication, which doubles the attack, and then addition, which can add extra attack and beat over it. And what I find handy to do is, in most cases with Salad, when they get to the Sunlight Wolf, for the what's it called, the reincarnation link.
Yeah.
They only have the Sunlight Wolf on the field, and that's their 5th summon. So when you summon the token, it has 0 defense, so it's really easy to beat over for Salamangreat. So it's just great. I love doing it when I see Salad players. I'm just like, keep summoning as much you want, okay? Gazelle, Spinny, keep going, just do it. Next, we got Gamma Seal. Gamma Seal is just because I can't run 6 Nibiru. If I could run more Nibiru and see more Nibiru, I would. But Gamma Seal is also just good because if I see something that I can't beat over, or I can't just get rid of, I just summon it on my opponent's side of the field, and I know I can beat over Gamma Seal. I know for a fact that the final Sigma is going to beat over Gamma Seal, and I have other things that can stop back row, so I'm not really too worried.
Because he just goes 1, 2, 3, 4, and then
Ash for the last hand trap and monster in the deck, self-explanatory. You just don't want your opponent to draw or do other things. Special summon from the deck. Just such a good card, always been a good card. I'm sad that it's been going down in price and going back up and going down, but you know, $8 isn't bad for Ash now.
I need the secrets to go down a little bit more so I can pick up my damn.
Yeah, I want to play set of secrets too, eventually. But right now, I think these are fine. I know these are not matching copies.
Right. It's
so
Ash.
nice.
That's all that matters.
So nice. Alright, now for the spell lineup. 3 Mathmech Billion Blade Nayuta, just for extra damage, extra beat over power. I mean, you can get the addition, and then you get the extra 1,000, and then on top of the Nayuta, you can just send your one of your Mathmech monsters, preferably Division, and when you send the Division to the grave, you get the extra 1,500, so it's just a little bit extra damage for that double damage, and it's just really good. 2 Equation, just getting back your Mathmechs. This is really good when you get the Sigma early, and you use it as Ixie Spotter, because once it goes to the graveyard, you could use this just to summon it back, and it doesn't banish itself again. So that's a way that you can just keep recycling your Sigma, and then once you get your Sigma back from the grave and send it back to the grave because it was special summoned off the Equation, you don't have to get the banish, so you can just use it your next turn and just synchro summon again, and it's just a really good combination over there. Last spell, you have to play it, 3 Cyanide Mining. It unbricks your hand if you draw into it. If you start the game with it, it's just easy to get into your Balance of Lord combo, and it's just extra combos and whatnot. Much easier to get the cards on the field when you see Cyanide Mining, because some of the cards are really good in the graveyard. And Cyanide Mining, sending a Mathmech card with Equation in your hand is just free. Because you're not negging, you're not losing anything, you're getting the extra summon. And then I just play 3 traps. 2 Induction. This is the one that adds 500 to all your Mathmech cards, and then you can send it from grave, or send it from the field to grave once per turn, and you can just destroy a card on the field. Just easy interruption. And the last one is Super Factorial. Super Factorial is one of the dumbest cards ever. Basically with Super Factorial, you flip it on your opponent's turn, and you can summon up to 3 Mathmech monsters on their turn, and then immediately Synchro or Ixie summon with it. So, one of the main combos that you're going to want to do with it is you're going to want to just flip while you have 3 in there, and then go into Laplation. With the Laplation, you just send the 3 from your, you send the 3 material that's used, and then you send 1 random card from your opponent's hand, 1 from the, 1 monster from the field, and 1 1 spell or trap from the field. So it's just a good way of clearing out 3 things that you just don't want to deal with later on. I was playing a game with one of my friends earlier, and he flipped Summon Limit, and I was like, alright, let me see how this works. I flipped it, and it was just like, oh, it summons in 1, it summons 3 in 1, and then you get another Ixie summon. There go my 2 summons. That's it. Because Summon Limit doesn't say you summon 2 monsters. It says you get 2 summons per turn.
Oh no.
So, pretty broke. I thought that was pretty stupid. So, let's move on to the extra deck. We got 2 Alan Bershin.
So why only 2?
Well, with 2, realistically, you're only gonna you only go into 1.
Okay.
But if you end up having to go into a second one for like a late game kind of grind, it's good just to have the second one. If you have 3, that means you're intending on losing the game. 3 is not necessary. I don't think 3 is necessary at all. Because with 3, it means that you're using either 6 material, 9 material, or 12 material, or somewhere in between those. Because with this card, with two materials, once on summon, you can add any Mathmech card from your deck, and that's any card with Mathmech in its name. So, with 3, you can add any level 4 monster, and then with 4, you can add any spell or trap. So, most of the time, you're going to want to just add one of your Mathmech cards, because you're going to want to go into Final Sigma to try to just kill your opponent, just call it a day. But in all honesty, with 3 of them, it's not necessary. The 1 Laplation for the 1 Super Factorial play. If I go into it on my turn, that means that my opponent's already set up a board, and that means that I'm gonna have problems, because this card is probably not the best option for me to go into while my opponent has cards on the field. Most of the time you're going to want to do it, it's going to be during your opponent's turn as a form of interruption. So that's why I only play the 1, because it's good with the 1 Super Factorial.
Gotcha.
Synchros, the 2 Final Sigma, actually let me go, 2 Final Sigma. With the 2 Final Sigma, you really only want to see 1, because with the 1, it goes for just game, because you're going to want to go into it with the multiplication and the Sigma, and then beef it up with an addition and maybe some other cards, and just boost over your opponent's monsters and just call it a game. Because with double damage, not many things can stand up to this thing. Galate is gone. Kagari's probably going to get blown out of the water. There's a lot of Sky Striker stuff that won't be able to deal with this, and I have other things that deal with their back row, so it's not really much to worry about. The 2 Magma, this is just in case I have a lot of interruption and I can only get into the level 8 Synchro. It's really good because if I just destroy one thing, I'm destroying 3 things. So you destroy 1 monster and then you can just destroy 2 of your opponent's, I want to say it's 2 of your opponent's cards. Yes, you can target up to 2 of your opponent's cards and then destroy those. I rarely go into it, but it's good to have in case you get interrupted and you have a lot of things to deal with, because then you can just deal with 3 things at once. Next for the Lynx monsters, we have Disciple, Devotee, Lingaribo, that's new, just added that one, and Cyberus Wicked. This is great for the Balancer Lord combo, because when you get the 2 normal summons, you can just basically go full combo at that point. You're going to want to send 1 of your normal summons away for Link Disciple, and then Link Devotee, and then there's a full combo from there, but I'll go into that. And Nightmare Phoenix and Unicorn, just for anything I just don't want to deal with, or I can't deal with some of my Mathmech cards. Just another out for some things. And last but not least, the Boral Sword and Appaloosa. Always good to have. It's one of the these are 2 of those things where they're nice to have, but you don't always need them. And it's better to have them and not need them, and need them than need them and not have them. You know what I mean? And that's it for the main deck and the extra deck. I got a side deck as well. 3 Twin, back row, Denko, Strikers, and I guess Orcus. Evenly, Spiral matchup.
Everybody.
Yeah, everybody. Spiral matchup, Droll, and DD Crow, Salamandrates. Get rid of that spinny, get rid of those traps and spells. Just get rid of anything from the graveyard that can come back with Gazelle or Sunlight Wolf. So that's pretty much it for the Mathmech deck. Alright. I'll show you guys that Link combo real quick if you want.
Go for it.
Okay.
I needed to switch hands though.
I got you. Alright, so with Balancer Lord, rotate it. With Balancer Lord, and
I know you're kind of playing upside down. What'll be?
Yeah. Basically, any combination of cards you can just get where you need to be. Let's go put Sigma in here.
Probably. Because I don't next Friday. I'm probably going to slide that.
Alright. So let's just say Balancer Lord. And then you pay the 1,000, you get the extra normal summon for Sigma. You link away the Balancer Lord. That goes to grave. And then you get your Disciple. Then you link this away as well. That doesn't go to banish because there's normal summon. Devotee. Disciple effect. That sends a Devotee to grave, and because Devotee was co-linked, you get 2 summons of tokens, Cyber's tokens. That's going to happen in a different chain. But because that was sent to grave, you get another draw, and you can send that back to the bottom of the deck. So you link one of the tokens away for Wicked. And then the other token goes into Lingaribo. And because Lingaribo was summoned to Wicked's zone, you can target the Balancer Lord and add a Cyber's Tuner to hand. And because Balancer Lord was banished, you special summon the Tuner. In this case, you want your Tuner to actually be Nabla. So you get the Nabla, you summon the Nabla, and then you pop Lingaribo with Nabla's effects. Add Division to the fields, because when Nabla sends Lingaribo, it special summons one from the deck, one Mathmech from the deck, and then Division's effects activates. You can send Cyber's Wicked from the fields. You can target a Mathmech in your hand and one in your graveyard, and special summon both of them. So in that case, you get 4 monsters on the field if you have one in your hand as well. And in most cases, since you only use a Balancer Lord and 1 Mathmech, you may already have another one, like an addition or subtraction, that's just ready for combo, that you can just use as a special summon right there. And this right here is already Final Sigma. Even though this is a tuner, it can be used as a non-tuner monster.
Nice.
So that's the full combo for that one, because these go to the grave. And that is this guy. That's it.
Alright. So anything that is there anything in here in particular that you would change ratio-wise or anything like that at this point in time?
At this point in time, the only thing I could really do is just add more draw power, and the only thing you could really do in that sense is do Pot of Desires, because you're not gonna want to do Extravagance, because most of the stuff in your extra deck you want to use.
Right.
You don't want to use Duality because you don't want to lose your
special summon.
Your special. The only other one I could really think of is Avarice, because Avarice you could get the 5 monsters and then you just add 2.
Yeah.
So either Avarice or Desires, one of those 2. But other than that, that's really nothing else I would change, because most of the stuff searches.
Alright. Anything else you want to say for the?
I mean, just watch out for this format. There's going to be a lot of weird decks going on, because that ban list definitely screwed up a lot of stuff. I don't know what they were thinking, but they were just like, maybe a hard reset would be fun. I was shocked that they hit half the decks that they did the way that they did.
I wasn't necessarily surprised at the way that they did it, with the exception of Electromite.
With Electromite, I wasn't really too surprised, because I was like, pendulums have been so consistently strong for so long. They needed something else to just go. Just fine. Because it was just...
But the thing is they went Electromite dead, and then they go Servant, who ain't even been out a full year yet. Hey, bro, you 2 of y'all motherfuckers got to go.
But I can understand
you got to go.
I can completely understand why they hit Servant, though, because me playing the deck just me playing the deck myself, I would be like, okay, so I got Servant. Play Servant first turn, and then just get 3 spells on there, and then it's just like, okay, I have an Anti-Nibiru. I have so many outs to like so many different things. Servant was just like, okay, I go into Servant, I got Jackal King, I got Master, what's his name? The Endymion
Mighty Master.
The Mighty Master. So it's just like with Servant, it kind of needed to be hit. I didn't think it needed to be hit now, but it was rough. It was rough, and I just couldn't do it anymore. It was just like an abusive relationship.
It's an abusive relationship. Yeah.
Put too much money into it just to lose.
Preview for next week.
But yeah. Alright.
Hey folks, one of the next things you'll see coming up soon is Degenerates Corner. We coming with that heat. Alright folks, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. That was this is Jakari with Twisted Nightmare Gaming, signing off.